Welcome, Aquarius. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. It's what I call a personal growth reading. We'll take a look at blocks, obstacles, fears, strengths, where this all leads, advice as well. I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot today. Keep in mind this reading, I am posting it at the end of October, but it is timeless, honestly. so that's why these readings work, because they're more kind of looking at yourself and what's happening around you and maybe different ways to handle a situation or just in general. So let's, did I say I'm using the Somnia Tarot for the reading? And this is the illustrated version. This is the original Somnia version, which is photographs. I'll use that one for clarifying if needed. And what do our Aquarius need to know? Please keep in mind if you're enjoying these videos, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe to the channel. It really does help. And let's get started. What do our Aquarius need to know? Blocks, please. Five of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Obstacles or fears, death, Six of Cups. And strengths, please. Knight of Swords, King of Swords. That's kind of like the same energy. Which you don't see. Four of Wands, Five of Cups. Unexpected Knight of Cups challenge. Four of Cups. Where does this lead, please? Strength, King of Wands. Advice over here is Eight of Cups. The bottom of the deck is Ace of Swords. So I get a feeling here, I don't even know where to put these cards. I get a feeling here with the Ace, there's something that you've learned recently. For some of you, this could be just about communication, but I feel like overall there's something that you have learned about a situation that's causing you to decide whether to keep moving forward in it or not. And I'll explain. The Five of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles are in your blocks. The Five of Swords being in a block here is not understanding if you should fight for something. Like, so the Five of Swords, especially in this deck, he's being held back with the ropes. There's a certain point where how much more energy do I want to give? And at what can I even release myself from these ropes? Or should I just say, forget it and leave the swords? I can't reach my goal. And the Knight of Pentacles is patience and doing things with intent to grow. There's something that is keeping you from wanting to fight with this situation. And I think there's part of it is not having the patience for it. Knight of Pentacles. There's something here that you have learned where you're like, I am fighting and I'm not getting anywhere. And I just don't know if I can keep doing this. Now, I think when it's in our blocks is we're not realizing that this is really what's happening, because we need the patience to be able to determine whether it's worth the fight or not. Because if we're not being patient, we're going to make a sudden or drastic decision instead of taking a moment and saying, okay, is this worth it? And that's where you're at right now as far as moving forward with a situation, with a decision, with this, whatever you have learned. So this could be any life area, but there's something that's really making you step back. Thought I was being like, trying to say my words with my body. Okay, so our obstacles and fears. You've got, okay, so there's something here with this death card. I feel like there's almost this, I don't want to change the past. The death card is facing that 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is all about our memories from the past or someone coming back from the past. But the death card is all about transformation, and it's headed into the past. So I feel like what the obstacle is you wanting to rebuild or remake something that happened in the past. Like, this was a past situation, I want it back. And the death is you trying to do that. And what it is here is that, okay, so for there's two things. This could be a fear that you don't want to make something happen just like it did in the past, or that you are headed towards there and want it again. And you all know which one it is, because you'll know, because it's sticking in your head too, because it's um having that death card there. And I feel like it's more of an obstacle. It's keeping you from moving forward. And like, again, for each of you, it's a different thing, whether it's trying to make it that way or not wanting it to be that way. For those of you that don't want it to be that way, this is more of a fear. For those of you that are trying to make it that way, it's an obstacle. Does that make sense? Because it's a fear that you aren't going to get what you have. Well, it could be either way. Even if you are going to get it, it's still a fear. But I feel like, it's up to you to make the changes that you feel are necessary for you. Not necessarily, we all want to make a situation happen, but we have to take a look at ourselves, especially in relationships. Is do I need to change? And sometimes, yeah, absolutely. We all need to change and grow and maybe do things differently or learn from past mistakes, blah, blah, blah. But for some, it's also, wait a minute, I'm genuine here. So I don't think I should have to. The strengths are, so I feel like these are both you, right? The air sign, the sword, and going in and saying, I can take control of this situation and go after it with the Knight of Swords, King of Swords. I also feel for some of you, this is literally the strength is you maturing. There's something here where you're maturing, going from the Knight to the King. It doesn't have to be male or female. It's just that mature, that level up, saying, I am stronger. I am, better. And that's your growth, your strength is the maturing that you're doing in this situation. It also can be about being very clear and concise with your words and your not just words in any, whether they're verbal or written or whatever, but it is a feeling to me of that kind of energy. I'm going to do this. So what we don't see is the 4 of Wands with the 5 of Cups. I feel like there's something here about coming together with the 4 of Wands there and the 5 of Cups. Now, because it's in what you don't see, this could be another person, party, or people or situation. There's something about someone being very disappointed. I feel like that could be another person. And I feel like with the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Wands tells me there may have been some kind of celebration or coming together that really disappointed somebody. And you may not even realize that they are going through a disappointment right now. They feel discouraged. So to me, the 5 of Cups is disappointment, depression. It can be because they're feeling stuck and sad and they feel like they've lost. And again, this is something you don't see. So maybe if it's a relationship, the other person could be kind of in a funky spot right now, thinking, oh shoot, after this I could have celebrated, but no, I lost it. If it's I mean, it could be, I mean, that could be work too, where someone could be looking and going, golly, I missed an opportunity with this person. Um, yeah, I mean, and it could be you. Everyone's going to be different. Again, collective reading. It could be you going, yeah, I was really trying to celebrate that, but I'm not getting what I want. And you don't even realize that you're doing it. And I mean, that's hard. Now, I do like that the fact that the King of Cups or Knight of Cups comes in, so I do feel like unexpectedly you're going to, I feel like this is you moving forward towards something that means a lot to you. You're ready to give your heart to something or someone. And I feel like you don't even realize this comes in very, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. And I think that for some of you, though, it could be someone actually coming in for you, coming in unexpectedly and then saying, let's try this, let's do this. And so it's going to be a little bit different for everybody here. Um, but I do like it because no matter what, it's almost like, well, the knights to me are forward moving. And that means that there is something moving forward. And with the Knight of Cups, it feels very fulfilling as well. The challenge is the Four of Cups. I feel like there's something, again, we're going to go back to that knight or the death with, I keep calling it a knight because he's on a horse. The death with the Six of Cups there. There has been something that the people that really wanted something from the past, this is the challenge, is to get over that focus because there may be something better. And the Four of Cups is all about not seeing what's handed to you. Also, in this case, the challenge is opening your eyes to a new and different opportunities because he's got his eyes closed. He's got his two cups full on his shoulders. So if he doesn't open his eyes, he's going to lose those two cups and could lose the two cups that he trips over because there's a rope tying them together. So open your eyes so that you don't lose something along the way. And that's the challenge, is to get you out of kind of a tunnel vision and open your eyes to other opportunities, new opportunities, changed opportunities. Where this leads, it leads to the Strength. I feel like once you are able to open those eyes, get through these situations, understand that, there may be a different opportunity coming in, it will put you in a position of feeling strong. Also, to me, the Strength is almost winning, but it's a softer energy than that. It's not this, I've won. It's more, I did it. Yeah, I did it. And it's quiet. It's not out there. It's just very subtle feeling of being accomplished, being strong, knowing that you have what it takes to do whatever it is you want to do. And but more importantly, it feels to me like there's just kind of I just really want to stand up tall, but I don't want to like flail my hands around. I just want to, that's the feeling I'm getting when I look at this card. And it feels good because that's kind of a nice subtle confidence that will come in, which is really, really nice. And then it leads to the King of Wands. Now, for some of you, this actually could be a person coming in that you get together with, have a conversation with, but it also could be kind of you taking back control of your own passions and excitement. And there's a feeling to me here too where the realization, so the King is facing that Strength card. So it was down here. The King comes after the Strength. Because you did see me move them, but I moved them because they were wrong. He's facing that Strength card. It tells me that strength is allowing you to be more confident. And more confident in a louder way, but not necessarily screaming loud, but more in a I can do this now energy, where the King of Wands has an idea. They're doers. I've got this idea. I want it. I'm going to go for it. It allows you to be able to go for something, move towards something that you wouldn't normally do. But that all comes from the strength. He's facing that strength. It all comes from that strength. So once you build that inner confidence, you'll be able to just, I'm doing it. I'm going for it. I'm going to do what maybe I wouldn't normally have done. And I do like that. Now, your advice here is the Eight of Cups. I feel like, remember, sometimes we do need to turn our back on situations. Sometimes we can let a situation dictate to us on what to do next because this is what we want. I'm going to go back to your fears and obstacles with that Knight and the Six. Sometimes we just need to turn away and move towards something that, well, in this case, we may not even know what it is. But the cool thing is where it leads with that strength is you will know. It just may be hard at first to do this, and this is why it's in advice. You know, maybe it's time to say goodbye to this past and move towards, have the energy to move towards something that may be unexpected. Because the Eight of Cups is having faith that where you're headed is in the right direction. It's not having that knowledge that where you're headed is in the right direction. It's having the faith that if you move past this, move away from it, it will take you, and you have to have faith to do this, because that's what the Eight of Cups is. It really is faith, because you don't know necessarily. Because when the Eight of Cups comes up, it's about walking away from something, and where we're headed, we may not know. And that's the scary thing with the Eight of Cups. And that's why it takes the faith. And I feel like the Eight of Cups is a very spiritual card. To me, it's a very, very, very spiritual card. So there you have it. I am going to add 3 cards. Is there anything else our Aquarius need to know? Emperor, 10 of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. I mean, going back to the kind of fire type energy with the Emperor and the Queen of Wands there, and taking care of business, I feel like it's saying that once you can take more control of where you head or where you're going or what you're doing or how to get there, you will bring a lot more stability to yourself, whether that's more money, whether that's a home, whether that's a solid relationship. It could be anything with the 10 of Pentacles, but also bringing in the passion and passion in anything that allows you to really get excited about the next steps, get excited about moving forward, doing it with not a lot of thought, just going, this is what I want, I'm going for it. It's kind of like the Fool energy to some degree or another. So there you have it, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Let me know. Take care. Have a beautiful day.